Queen Farida married to the king just to become a baby-making machine for the sake of inheritance. The story of Cinderella Egypt, who married the king only to become a baby-making machine for inheritance. But her life ended tragically. A charming love romance fit for a fairy tale began between Queen Farida and King Farouk in the gilded halls of Egypt's royal court was the talk of the town. However, what caused this century-long union to turn into one of the most poisonous royal tales ever recounted? Marrying a king is undoubtedly something that many ladies dream about throughout the world. Their daily life can transform completely, as if they were in a fairy tale. However, the Queen of Egypt, Safinaz Zulficar, popularly known as Queen Farida, does not feel this way. She was a member of the royal family, yet her life was tragic rather than happy. This woman, who was born in Alexandria on September 5, 1921, turned into a machine that produces children for Farouk, the King of Egypt. When Safinaz and King Farouk met in 1937 while visiting London, their love affair officially started. At that time, Safinaz Zulficar was 15 years old. Different from Safinaz's simple life, King Farouk is known to be spoiled and always has a glamorous and extravagant lifestyle. Even though his people were starving, King Farouk didn't care and deliberately bought luxurious food. Not only that, he even bought a red car and forbade Egyptians to paint their cars the same color. Seeing the lifestyle of her son, the mother, the widow of Queen Sabri, to marry him to a commoner or upper-middle-class group. This marriage aims to eliminate the predicate king of wasteful, which has been attached to King Farouk. Queen Sabri wants her daughter-in-law to be a beautiful, innocent, flexible, naive, and kind-hearted woman. At the time, Safinaz Zulficar was 15 years old. Unlike Safinaz's humble life, King Farouk is noted for being spoilt and living a dazzling and lavish lifestyle. Despite the fact that his people were starving, King Farouk chose to buy luxurious cuisine. Not only that, but he acquired a red car and prohibited Egyptians from painting their vehicles the same color. Seeing her son's lifestyle, the mother, the widow of Queen Sabri, decided to marry him to a commoner or upper-middle-class family. This marriage intends to remove King Farouk's title as King of Wasteful. Queen Sabri desired her daughter-in-law to be a lovely, innocent, adaptable, naive, and kind-hearted woman. It turns out that Safinaz Zulficar contains all of those desirable types. King Farouk ultimately proposed to Safinaz at his 16th birthday party. To cut a long story short, this young pair married on January 20, 1938, at the Cuban Palace in Cairo, where they were only 1 year apart. King Farouk was 18 and Safinaz was only 17. After marriage, Safinaz Zulficar's name was formally changed to Farida in obedience with the royal naming convention of the period. However, unlike her predecessors, Queen Farida did not live in exile. He even received public duty. Aside from being queen, she is the first lady who has been recognized for her public representation duties, which include attending charities, raising donations, and receiving foreign dignitaries. The wedding of King Farouk and Queen Farida was anticipated to be a symbol of Egypt's contemporary image. The two were described as revolutionary, open, and the ideal pair of Egypt's elite, who married monogamously. But who would have guessed that behind the luxury and vital role she plays, Queen Farida is really a ruse to fulfill the goal of obtaining an heir? Queen Farida's issues began when she gave birth to her first child, a daughter called Princess Farida Farouk. The birth of his daughter did not please King Farouk. However, he believed his wife still had plenty of time to produce a son. In addition, Queen Farida had to contend with her mother-in-law's enmity. This is because she does not regard Queen Farida to be a controllable woman. Even the dispute between the two queens has long been the most unpleasant public controversy in Egypt. To have a male, King Farouk spoke with specialists about fertility and tried several methods to increase virility. King Farouk was also willing to abandon his rigid diet and got infatuated with stamina-boosting male foods. Queen Farida allegedly had an affair with an Egyptian aristocrat named Wahid Usri because she thought her husband's health was out of control and was fixated on obtaining a male kid. Though there was no evidence about her affair, his marriage suffered as a result. Queen Farida avoided all public activities. However, King Farouk began to amass a large number of concubines without regard for Queen Farida's sentiments. One of the king's concubines was even invited to a significant occasion. In addition, King Farouk insulted Prime Minister Nukrashi Pasha by positioning a concubine next to him. The birth of their second daughter brought even more misery to King Farouk and Queen Farida's household. King Farouk had suspicions about the child's origins even after Queen Farida became pregnant for the third time. The reason for this is that King Farouk thought his wife was having an extramarital affair with Simon Elwes, a British painter. Princess Fadia Farouk, Queen Farida's third child, was born on December 15, 1943, exactly. With great emotion, King Farouk declared that Queen Farida was not physically capable of bearing him a son. Up until King Farouk eventually requested Queen Farida's divorce. Later on, both of King Farouk's children were placed under his guardianship. In the meantime, the king continued to doubt that the kid was not his, thus Queen Farida was granted custody of their third daughter. Queen Farida gave up her whole throne following the divorce. Later on, it was determined that this was the greatest act of female emancipation in Egyptian empire history. Prior to relocating to Lebanon in 1964, Queen Farida resided in Egypt. But after 10 years away, she was able to finally meet her kids there. Queen Farida never got married or dated anyone again after filing for official divorce. She decided to concentrate on a painting career. Even so, Queen Farida found time to organize private shows from Europe to the US. Sadly, Queen Farida's life came to an end outside from the realm. She received rigorous treatment for leukemia, pneumonia, and hepatitis before passing away on October 16, 1988.